Back on the Chamber Report, time now for member profiles. You are about to meet a bunch of Chamber members and find out who they are, what they are, and maybe how you can get involved. And kicking it off from Compassionate Church, we've got Rob Bergfalk. Rob, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having me.
You and I have had an opportunity to meet numerous times because you guys have got some exciting things that are going on, and we're here to start talking about some of those. First, let's talk about Compassion Coffee. What is it?
Yeah, so our church started about a year ago, and part of our heart is to show compassion to those in need. And one of our ways that we want to live out our vision is by starting a coffee house to employ people affected by homelessness. And so we're kind of in the early stages of finding a location and identifying our values and what that looks like. But we're a specialty coffee company. We'll be focused on providing employment for people affected by homelessness, but also skill training as well as resources.
So why did this come up? Why are you starting Compassion Coffee?
Yeah, we have a heart to care for people who are often tossed aside or looked over or unseen. And one of those people groups that we've recognized in Anoka is the homeless population. And so as we started to understand and see the different organizations in the area that offer basic needs and shelter and that sort of things, those sort of things, we started to get involved to understand a little bit of what's going on. And as I started building relationships and started being involved, one of the needs that I recognized needs to be met is to provide employment, but also to be able to have grace and understanding of difficulties that people go through. And so we just recognized that need, and as a church wanted to do something on a practical level outside of worship on Sunday mornings and being engaged in the community, but offer something for the community to be able to give back and be part of the restoration process for people.
Sure. So how is this tied to Compassion Church?
Yeah, so we've set it up as a for-profit arm of the church, and so it's run separately. We have a board of directors and separate leadership for it. But one of the reasons we chose to do that is because we want one of the skill sets that we want to develop in people is business management and being able to run a business. And so we wanted to set it up where we can invite the team into being a part of this process. And so we're fundraising to get this coffee house going and got off the ground. But our hope is once it is off the ground that we're not relying on fundraising or donations ongoing, but we want to be self-sufficient.
Sure.
Just as our hope is with the team and people that we're hiring is the hope to understand how to make wise decisions to be able to be self-sufficient. Yeah.
Now, I'm guessing there's a few people that are out there that are going, I kind of like what I'm hearing here. Is there a way that I could support this? How can people support you?
Yeah, the best way to support us, I mean, obviously, financial donations are always helpful, but spreading the awareness and sharing what we're doing with family and friends. A couple ways to be able to do that is we've got a Facebook and Instagram account right now, Compassion Coffee MN, and then the website is compassioncoffeemn.com. And we've listed out our phases and timeline and costs and all those types of things to be able to do this. One other way outside of the donation part of it is to be able to cut costs down for building the coffee house. We're looking for businesses willing to give their services at a discount, things like plumbing or electrician or whatever that looks like, to be able to cut costs down on the build out of the coffee house.
So you had mentioned about timeline. What is the timeline for the coffee house to open?
Yeah, so we actually are just purchasing a small travel cart right now, and we'll be operating here within a couple months of doing local events and things like weddings or different community events to be able to spread awareness and raise funds that way. But for the coffee house, we're looking at opening sometime in late summer, early fall of next year. And so,
I know that we don't have a location to talk about right now. You are actively out there with your team looking for possibilities.
Yeah.
Would love to get you back here once we know that so that we can celebrate that. Obviously, we've got a pair of big scissors, and we should do a big ribbon cutting there as well. So just know that this is a scenario of things are moving forward. Compassion Church is going to make this happen, and it's called Compassion Coffee. And if you can help make this vision come true, all you got to do is get a hold of Rob, and he will talk you through the many ways that can happen, whether that's a monetary donation, whether that's a scenario where maybe you've got a remodel business where you could help out with some things. There's lots of ways that you can help. And if you want to do that, Rob, how would they get a hold of you and make that happen?
Yeah, they could just email rob@compassioncoffeemn.com is my email. Otherwise, my cell phone number is 612-710 2835.
He is Rob Bergfalk. Rob, you and I, man, you and I met a long time ago as this vision started, and it's creeping forward, and congratulations on that. I know the process is never fast. It's never easy, but the reality is that it's right. And you will get there.
Yes, thank you.
So, you know, God bless you for what you and the church are doing. And hey, let's get this thing open, and let's start serving some coffee.
Yes, right on.
All right. Again, get a hold of Rob if you are in a position to be able to help. We're taking a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about, you know, we're kind of on this age thing where I'm getting older. The chamber is older. Well, we're going to talk to a guy who might be able to help me in the very near future, and we're going to do that right after this.